Okay, hello guys. Good evening. Happy Friday. Welcome back to our last week of October. Okay, this is our class for October week 4. Right, so today we are going to continue with our revision. Okay, so we stopped around here, isn't it? Hang on, I think, yeah, it was around here. Right, so let's go into our lungs today. Okay, I think I went through this last week. Okay, your 4 important parts. What is your respiration? Okay, cellular respiration. And then what happens during inhalation and exhalation, right? And then your gaseous exchange, what happens in your alveolus? Okay, your red blood cell will throw out carbon dioxide and they will take in oxygen. This is what we call gaseous exchange. Okay, they exchange gas here. Okay, this is your alveolus. Okay, they will throw oxygen, carbon dioxide out. Okay, and then they will get oxygen in, and then they will go to your body cell, and then they will give your body cell the oxygen. Right, like I said last week, your red blood cell is like your Shopee delivery lorry. Okay, they will get your parcel for you. Okay, your oxygen. They go to your body cell, which is you. Okay, this is your house, and then they will send you your parcel, and they will return back to the lungs to do it again. Okay, return to the lungs to do it again. So these are the things that you should know lah. And then aerobic respiration is when you have oxygen, right? You break down glucose using oxygen. Anaerobic is when you don't have oxygen. Okay, you just take glucose, you break it down into lactic acid and energy. Right, so guys, you cannot do anaerobic respiration for very long. Okay, you cannot do this for very long because this lactic acid will start to hurt you. Okay, it will start to hurt you. Hang on, guys. So yeah, it will start to hurt you. Okay, so your lactic acid, they will, make your muscles sore. When you lift weight, okay, if you lift weight, that sore muscle feeling, the swan feeling, okay, muscle 很酸的 feeling, that feeling is because of the lactic acid. Okay, so if you go run marathon, you will feel, what is this? Right, so keeping fit, you exercise to make your lungs and heart stronger. Okay, so, and then the cigarette has all these things to harm you. Okay, you have your tar, nicotine is the thing that causes you to keep smoking it. And of course, these are, some diseases that you should know. Okay, so guys, don't pay too much attention here. This is just for your reading pleasure. Okay, so just read this for fun. Anyway, so let's continue with our exercise. Okay, see if we can finish this today. Right, so we have J, K, and L. So label the parts, name J, K, and L. So J, this is a bit small. Okay, these are your alveolus. Okay, J is your alveolus. So you have many millions of alveolus. Okay, this is just one alveolus. You have many millions of it in your lungs. Okay, so very amazing. So K, what is this thing? This is what we call your trachea. Okay, some books or some of your schools, they ask you to name it windpipe. Okay, like I said last week, many schools they will teach windpipe, but I don't like the word because next year when you go year 10, when you go biology, you are still memorizing trachea. Okay, plus trachea sounds better. Windpipe sounds very literal and doesn't sound very nice. Okay, so next L. L is your bronchiole. Okay, so bronchiole are small bronchus, right? So let me repeat this again. So this is your trachea. This is your bronchus. Bronchus branches, branches, bronchus. And then you have small branches. We call it bronchiole. Eole means small. Okay, so bronchiole. Okay, so next B, state the characteristic of K. So characteristic of K. They are they are hard, okay, or you can say they are supported by cartilage rings. Okay, what does it mean? If you zoom into your trachea, can you see all these rings here? Okay, they have rings holding your trachea open. Why do this? So that your trachea doesn't close. Okay, when you press on your throat, can you feel it's a bit hard? I mean, if I were to choke you, okay, if I were to kill you by choking you, it's very hard to do so. I mean, not hard, but it's more difficult because if I press, this thing is hard because it has these C rings holding your trachea open. So that this thing doesn't close suddenly because you'll die. Right, so supported by cartilage rings. Okay, so what else can you say? There's really nothing much to say about the trachea actually. You can talk about are there? That's the only thing you should know. Okay, anyway, not important. This question is not important. Let's go ahead and do the next one. So diagram below shows the process excuse me, involved in breathing mechanism. So this is what you do when you're breathing. So mark for the correct statement during exhalation. Okay, please take note. Exhalation. Exhalation is when you push air out. Okay, when you push air out. So when you push air out, what do? Your chest goes down. Okay, because you go, you see, you push your chest in, okay, to push air out. And then this diaphragm will push air out. Like I said, this is like a syringe. When it pushes up, so air will go out. So that's what happens. So next, number one, the rib cage moves up, downward, and inwards. Yes, correct. Down and in. And the next, the diaphragm contracts and flattens. Does it flatten? Does it contract? No. It relaxes and curves up. It doesn't flatten. Okay, this is for inhalation. So this is wrong. Okay, contract and flatten is to pull this thing in. I pull air in. So this is only for inhale. So number three, the volume of thoracic cavity increase. What is thoracic cavity? Is this part. If this volume increase, that means your lungs become bigger. When you exhale, does your lungs become bigger? No, they become smaller. They will push air out. So this is wrong also. Number four, pressure of thoracic cavity is higher. Pressure inside is high. Yes, this is correct. Because inside pressure high will push air out. Okay, it's like your balloon. When you blow your balloon to a very big size, it has high pressure inside. So when you release, the air will be pushed out. Okay, because high pressure. So guys, very easy, huh? Just think of your lungs like balloons. Okay, and then it will make a lot of sense. Right, next. Number two. Okay, number two. So this is your exchange gas in your alveoli. So let's fill in the blanks here. So process R and S, let's answer these two arrows first. Okay, so process R, this is air going in. What is this? This is inhalation. Okay, because air is going into your lungs. Right? It's a process, guys. It's a process. They are not asking for the gas because gas is here. So S is air going out. Okay, S is air going out. This is exhalation. Okay, exhalation when you push air out of your lungs, right? So what is X? X is this thing. Okay, this bag is your alveolus. And then what is Y? Y is this capillary here. This pipe here. This is your blood capillary. Okay, your blood capillary. And then gas Q and P. So your gas Q, which is gas, this is your gas Q. So your gas Q go from your blood to your lungs. This is throwing air out. You are throwing things out. So this is your carbon dioxide. Because you throw carbon dioxide out from your body, right? And then gas P, this is going into your blood. This is you collecting your parcel so that you can give it to your body cell. Okay, to take parcel, this is your oxygen. Okay, this is your oxygen. I hope you understand. I hope you understand. Okay, there's only 3 of you today. Where's the rest of everyone? So guys, if you have anything, please slow me down. Okay, if you need me to explain further, please slow me down, because if you are silent, I assume I understand. Hello, Felice. Felice is your second class, right? If I remember correctly. Okay. Okay. Right. So oh, we did this. Okay, 2, 4. Wow, 6 marks here. So this is your alveolus. Okay, I know it looks a bit disgusting. You have millions of these, right? So explain how oxygen is transported to the body cells starting from your alveoli. Wow, this is a long question. So from your alveoli to your body cell. So how does it work? There's only 2 marks here, so don't need to go crazy. So first of all, you can say they diffuse. Okay, please don't say move, guys. Please don't say move. When gas they move, we call it diffuse, right? So they diffuse from alveoli, okay, or alveolus. Alveoli is the plural, okay, from alveolus to your blood capillary. Okay, diffuse from alveolus to capillary into your red blood cell. All right, so your red blood cell. So and then your red blood cell will carry this oxygen to the rest of the body. Okay, so your red, I'm just gonna write RBC here, red blood cell carry your oxygen to body cells. Right? There's no need for you to write, go back to the heart and blah, blah, blah. No, this is 2 marks, guys. Don't need to go crazy, right? Unless this is like a 4-mark question, then okay, they will give it a bit longer, but there's no need to, since this is a very short question. All right, so E, figure below shows the structure of an alveolus. Okay, we have the same thing. Name the process involved in gaseous exchange. Okay, like I said, the movement of gas, we call it diffuse, right? So this is called diffusion. Okay, diffusion, don't say move or whatever funny name that you can think of. It is diffusion. So explain how this process occur. Okay, so how will diffusion occur? It's very easy. They will go from a very crowded place to a less crowded place. Okay, what do I mean? Let's say you have 2 sides, right? Let's say you have A and B. Imagine these are oxygen. If you have a lot of oxygen in A and then very little oxygen in B, so oxygen will go here. This process is called diffusion. They go from a crowded place to a less crowded place. In mall, you do the same thing. What? You don't like crowded places, so you try to go to less crowded places. So how does this occur? So they will move from high concentration to low concentration. Okay, I think that's it. Even though it's a 2 mark, there's actually nothing else to write here. So diffusion is go from high to low. That's all. Okay, you want to explain this further, wait till you get to biology. Next time when you go to biology, you will explain this in full. I mean, that's for another time lah. Okay, I'm keeping everything short here, keeping everything simple here. Okay, so guys, let's move on. Let's go to chapter 5, reproduction. Holy shit, this is a very long chapter. Okay, so guys, I'll try to keep it as precise as I can. I believe 3 of you did not attend my reproduction class earlier this year. Okay, so anyway, so what is reproduction? As we know, reproduction is making baby. Okay, having sex, making baby. Okay, because we all do that. Okay, humans do that. All sexual animals do that. Okay, cats do that, dogs do that, mammals, birds, amphibians. Okay, we all do this. Okay, so what is reproduction for? Reproduction is to produce offspring. Now, what is offspring? Your next generation is called your offspring. Guys, please do not say children. please do not say baby or whatever funny words you can think of. The scientific word is offspring, right? So what is the importance? Why do reproduction? So that we don't extinct. Simple, all right? Enable the continuation of a species. So guys, if you are attracted to the opposite sex, it's very normal, okay? This is part of your physiological response. You are supposed to. I mean, come on, guys, we're in 2022 now. Even though if you're attracted to the same sex, hey, good for you. LGBTQ, am I right? Okay, so if you're attracted to the same sex, it's okay, guys. It's cool. It's cool. Okay, we come on, guys. We live in a very advanced era already. Okay, it's not. We are not against homosexuals anymore. Okay, you shouldn't be. Right. Anyway, next, simple organisms like bacteria, they carry out asexual reproduction. What is asexual? A means don't have. Asexual means no sexual. No sexual. When bacteria, they reproduce, right? When they make baby, they make themselves. Okay, only as one parent. So you see, bacteria, they reproduce like this. They have one, they split into two. This is what they do. Okay, the good thing is it's fast. Okay, this is very fast. But for us, we don't. We do sexual reproduction, which means we have two parents. We have one male and one female. Okay, sperm and ovum. I'm sure you already know this. Okay, so in sexual reproduction, okay, this is what we all do. An offspring is produced by fusion of gametes. Okay, please learn this word. What is gamete? Gamete is sperm and ovum lah. Okay, gametes are sperm and ovum. If you don't remember this word, if you in exam you cannot write this word, it's okay. Just write sperm and ovum because your teacher will understand. It's just that gamete sounds a bit better lah. Okay, this word gamete sounds a bit more professional. So this process is known as fertilization. Fertilization produces a zygote. So this thing you have to know. Right, so as you can see, a male and a female. Okay, female will produce, ovum. Male will produce sperm. So they will fertilize. Okay, they will join together. They will fertilize, and then they will become a zygote. This is you. This was you when you have only one cell. So how many cells do you have? You have millions of cells, billions, trillions of cells right now. You started from this, okay? And then what is mitosis and meiosis? You will learn these two words in your biology next year. So that's not my job, okay? So your zygote, you will develop into you, and you become one of it, and you will repeat this whole thing. All right? So sperm and ovum, and it makes you. Okay, so fertilization is when these two fuse together. You have to know this word also. It's one of the key words, okay, that you should know. Right, next, male reproductive organ. Okay, this is the most headache part because there's a lot of things you have to memorize here. All right, so all these things you have to know. Okay, all these things you have to know. Okay, I'm sure you know the penis already lah. Okay, this is a guy's pee-pee. Okay, you have to know. So we produce sperm in our testes, okay, or balls lah, okay, or they say, so your testes, they will carry sperm out of your sperm duct, okay, and then they will pass through two things, these two. Right, guys, these two things, right, they have the same function, which is to produce semen, okay, produce semen. Okay, you see, when guys ejaculate, when we produce that white color fluid, that is called semen, not sperm. You see, semen is like water. Okay, and then inside has sperm. Okay, let me draw the sperm. Okay, I hope you get what I mean. Inside is sperm. Outside is your semen. All right, very easy to understand. Semen is the swimming pool. Sperms are the swimmers. Are they the same? No. Because swimmer, the sperm, they are alive. Semen is just a liquid. It's not alive. All right. So these two things, your seminal vesicle, you see seminal and semen, okay, very similar name. So seminal vesicle and your prostate gland, these two, they will produce your semen. Okay. And your sperm is produced by your testes. Okay, produced by your testes. Right, that means if you cut this thing off, if you cut off your sperm duct, do you know you can do that? You can go for a vasectomy. If you cut off your sperm duct, sperm cannot come out, but you still produce semen. Okay, you can still shoot semen out, but inside the semen has no sperm. Okay, please understand this. So anyway, your testes, they also produce testosterone. This is the male sex hormone, which makes you manly, makes you have a deep voice, you grow beard, you have broad shoulders, all the manly characteristics, they are given by your testosterone, right? And of course, they produce sperm. So sperm then travel through the sperm duct and the urethra. Okay, you see this is the urethra, right? You might say, sir, I thought urethra is for peeing. Right, you see, for guys, our urethra, they have two functions. They will channel semen or sperm out. They will also channel urine out. They channel two things out. So our sperm and urine, they share the same road. So sperm, they come out like this. Okay, and then your urine will come out like this. So you see, they share a road. Which is the urethra. All right. So your seminal vesicle and your prostate gland, these two, they will produce a sugary fluid called semen. Like I said, semen lets the sperm swim in it and provides it with energy. So because of the semen is full of sugar. This makes the sperm survive. They can swim in it for 3 days. Okay, that's why sperm can survive for 3 days if you have the semen. Right, so when you insert the penis, okay, into the vagina during sexual intercourse, and then it will cause ejaculation. This is how you get pregnant. Okay, I learned this last year. I'm just going to speed this through. Right, guys, pay attention to puberty. They love asking this. Right, what are some male puberty's characteristic? Okay, this is common sense. As a guy, you should know. Okay, I mean, as a girl, you should know too. Right, so during this time, around 12 to 14, you start producing sperm and testosterone. So you have all these characteristics. Okay, you see, testosterone, which is the male hormone, makes you grow these sexual characteristics. That means you become, now you're not a boy anymore, you're a man. Okay, so you grow in height, you grow taller, you broaden your chest and shoulder. This is why guys have broad shoulders. Right? Broader than girls, of course. And of course, you have your bones and muscles develop. Guys who have more muscles. Right? Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. If a girl were to lift weight, okay, girls will not get the same muscle as a guy. All right, it is impossible. All right, because you don't have that hormone to support you. So as a guy, you should have more muscle than a girl. Usually, right? And of course, your voice deepens. Okay, you have that deep voice. Your penis and scrotum enlarge. Okay, growth of facial, pubic, and armpit hair. So you start growing hair everywhere. So these are all your man characteristics, right? Okay, and then of course your female reproductive organ. Okay, so this is your female reproductive organ. You have your ovary. Okay, this part is like the balls of guys lah. Okay, this thing will produce sperm, and this thing will produce your ovum. And for girls, you will produce two hormones. Okay, two female hormones. We call it estrogen and progesterone. These are the hormones that makes you emotional, okay, moody. It happens because you're a girl. Okay, and then of course you have this duct coming out to bring the ovum out. This is called an oviduct, or I like to call it fallopian tube. Okay, because the scientific name for it is fallopian tube. Many doctors, they say fallopian tube. Right, so this is a fallopian tube. And then you have your uterus. This is where a baby grows. Okay, a baby will grow inside here. So this is the vagina. When the fetus goes in, they will release the semen inside here. They will go and swim and go and find the ovum. Okay, so anyway, this is easier to memorize. There's not many parts here. Okay, this uterus lining, don't pay attention to this. You only need to know the uterus, the ovary, the uterus, the fallopian tube, and the vagina. All right, so puberty, as you can see, girls they reach puberty earlier than guys. That's why girls, they are a bit more mature. That's very normal, right? So you start producing estrogen and progesterone. Okay, and then you start having your girly characteristic too. Okay, you start having your menstrual cycle. Okay, you start to grow your breast, to grow your hip. That's why girls have bigger butts, because you guys will grow hips. Because girls have estrogen and progesterone. Guys, we have very little. That's why as a guy, your butt should be smaller than girls. Normally anyway. So growth of pubic hair and armpit hair, same thing. Okay, so these are your female characteristic. You should know them. And then menstrual cycle, if you want, you can study this. If you don't want, it's fine. If you don't want, it's fine. Usually your menstrual cycle will take around 28 days. Okay, 28 days. The first, you start counting when you start bleeding. When it bleeds, that's your first day. Okay, when your period comes, that's the first day. So the first few days of you bleeding, we call it menstrual phase. You are bleeding out. Okay, bleeding is called menstruation, right? So menstrual phase. This is when you hurt the most. It is very painful. Okay, your menstrual phase. And then after your menstrual phase, you will start repairing. You repair the blood. You start to have more blood. Okay, to do what? Okay, guys, this blood, they will become so thick. This is to get you ready for pregnant. Okay, they are getting you ready to get pregnant. But then you say, sir, I don't get pregnant every month. So every month they throw it out. They will do this all over again. I know it sounds stupid, but this is what your body does. Right? So repair phase, they will repair the blood. And then the third phase, we call it fertile phase. This is the period where ovum is released and you can easily get pregnant. Right? And of course, if there's no pregnancy, if your ovum has no sperm, you will enter this thing called a premenstrual phase. Okay, can you see why is it called pre? Because it's before menstruation. So we call it premenstrual phase. Okay, so this is around all the way until you have your period. All right, so usually it's 28 days, guys. Usually, textbook example is 28, but hey, it doesn't always follow. All right, because of stress, yours might be a bit later, okay, or a bit earlier. There's a lot of, there's a lot of possibility. Right, so this is your menstruation. Okay, anything? I don't think there's anything. Okay, fertilization. Pay attention to this one. Okay, so let me just draw something here lah. You understand? Okay, so you have a sperm, you have an ovum. Okay, so when they combine together, they become a zygote. This is you. Like I said, this was you, and then your zygote will grow into a ball of cells. Can you see? It's a ball of cell. We call it embryo. Okay, and then embryo, they will do something called implantation. Okay, implantation. What is this? This thing will sink into this blood here. Imagine this. Embryo is like a seed. Seed, 种子. Okay, a seed, apple seed, durian seed, whatever seed. How to make, okay, let's say you have an apple seed. How do you make this grow into a tree? You put it into soil. Right? You put it into soil so that they get nutrient. So same thing, this embryo, they will plant into this wall. We call it implantation. You see, you take apple seed, you plant it into the ground. So implantation. Okay, so implantation, and then this embryo, you see, when you plant your apple seed, it will grow into an apple tree, right? So when you plant your embryo, this thing will grow into a baby. We call it a fetus. Okay, a fetus lah. Okay, a fetus. Okay, and then of course after a fetus, when this fetus is born, we call it infant. Not baby. Baby is not a scientific word, guys. Okay, so we call it an infant. Okay, so this is what you should know. Okay, this is what you should know. So the rest you can read it yourself lah. If you want, guys, draw this out. Draw this in your book. It makes your life so much easier. Okay, because this thing explains everything for you. Okay, there's one more thing, guys. Pay attention to the placenta. Pay attention to the placenta. So when you are in your mom's, when you're a baby in your mom's stomach, Okay, there's okay, can you see this cable? Your stomach here has a cable going to something. This is called the placenta. This is how your mom gives you nutrient. Okay, it will pass nutrient to you and take your waste product away. This is called your umbilical cord. Oh, there's a diagram here. What am I drawing? Okay, so this is your placenta, as you can see. This is the cable going to your stomach. This is your umbilical cord. Right, so when you're born, you have to cut this thing. Okay, and then of course you have a fluid around you. This fluid here is called the amniotic fluid. When this fluid breaks, okay, when this fluid breaks, when this bag breaks, so it's time to come out. So we call it breaking the water. Okay, the water broke. When they say the water broke, that means you're about to give birth. Okay, go ask your mom. Okay, go ask your mom. Maybe she can tell you. Right. So your placenta provides nutrient for you. Okay, oxygen and food, and remove waste product. They take waste product away, which is carbon dioxide. So oh yeah, here's the thing. Your blood vessel of the mother and the baby is separated. Okay, this one you have to know. Fetus and mother's blood, they are separated. Why? Because mother has high blood pressure. Your mom is an adult. So if she gives you the high blood pressure, you will die because your blood vessel is very fine, very thin. You're a baby. And then it might be not compatible blood. Let's say your mom is blood group A, your blood group O. So you start fighting and then you might die. So that's why your blood and your mom's blood doesn't mix. They just use the placenta to pass you your nutrient. Right? So you should know these. You should know these. Oh yeah, they actually drew everything for you here. Okay, but mine looks more tidy. So ovulation is when you come out with an ovum. Okay, fertilization are there. When your sperm and ovum they fertilize, you have your where is the zygote though? Okay, it's not mentioned here. Okay, this is the zygote. And then you have the embryo, and then you have implantation, you see? Implantation. Right, so you have birth. Okay, let's talk about birth. You have 3 stages. The uterine wall contracts. Okay, your amnion breaks. Okay, the back breaks. We call it breaking the water. The cervix widen. Cervix is this part here. This is the cervix. They will open and then you will start to see your head come out. Right, so the abdominal muscle, okay, your abs will start to push. Okay, this is when your doctor asks you to push. So you push the umbilical cord, push the fetus out, and then they will cut the umbilical cord. Okay, so these first 2 stages, they are what we call labor. When you give birth, it's called labor. Number 3 is when you throw out the placenta, and then you are done. Wow, sounds so simple, isn't it? But giving birth is not that simple, isn't it? This is an oversimplified version. Right, so twins, let's talk about 2 types of twins. You have 2 types of twins. You have identical twins, right? That's when one sperm fertilizes one egg, but the zygote somehow divide into 2 embryo. Okay, very random. And then non-identical twin or fraternal twins is when you have 2 sperm and 2 ovum. You see, girls, you guys only release 1 ovum every month. But how come got 2 one? This is very rare. That's why it's very rare. If you happen to have 2 eggs this month, 2 ovum this month, and then there's 2 sperm going in, you have a twin. You have a pair of twins, right? Very, very rare. That's why you don't see twins around. I mean, I'm sure you know 2 of your friends who are twins, but still very rare. Okay, anyway, so number 1, let's look at question 1. So this is a a male reproductive system. Okay, let's label this. So we start from here. Okay, you can ignore E. So F is your testes, okay, your balls, and then coming out, this is your sperm duct. Okay, this is your sperm duct, and then when they reach here, okay, what is this? This is your prostate gland. Okay, prostate gland. Oh, they didn't label this. This should be a seminal vesicle. These two, they do the same job, which is to produce that liquid, the semen. And then C, this is where you pee. You see, your sperm comes out here. Your pee, this is your bladder. Your pee comes out here. They share the same road. So this is your urethra. Okay, urethra, and then D is the penis lah. Okay, penis. Guys, there's no bone inside here. Okay, so when you get excited, when your penis becomes hard, it's not because it has a bone inside. It's because it's filled with blood. Do you know that? Okay, do you know that? When you get excited, your penis gets filled with blood. That's what happens, right? Not because they become a bone or something. No. Right. So state the function of A, B, C. What's the function of A? A sperm duct is to channel the sperm out. Okay, channel sperm out from your testes. Okay, to bring sperm out. Next, B. B is your prostate gland here. This is to produce semen, which is that liquid. Okay, semen. And then C, your urethra. This is to ejaculate, or not say ejaculate, okay, to transfer semen into vagina. Okay, to transfer it into the girl's part. Okay. So C, name the part which produce male gamete. Male gamete, what is male gamete? Male gamete is your sperm lah. So which produces sperm? That would be your testes. Okay, your testes produces sperm. Right, next you have the growth of a baby boy into a teenager. State 2 physical changes experienced by the teenager when he reaches puberty. Right, like I said just now. So many voice deepens. You can say shoulder broadens. Shoulders broaden. So many things, okay? Growth of hair, pubic hair, facial hair, body hair. Voice, okay, said voice already. They become muscular. Okay, your testis starts to produce sperm. So many things, okay? You just want to. So E, these physical changes are caused by the production of a sex hormone. This is not coming up for exam, but this is called testosterone. All right, guys, don't be mistaken. Girls, they have this thing too. Girls, they have testosterone too. It's just that girls' testosterone is 100 times less than us, less than ours. So as a guy, you have 100 times more testosterone. That's why you can build more muscle. When you go to the gym, you start lifting weight, you build more muscle compared to a girl. All right, because you don't, you know, a girl doesn't become more muscular than you because they don't have this hormone. So F, at which part of male reproductive system produces sex hormone? That would be the testes. Okay, which is here, the testes. So if I chop your testes away, then you don't have testosterone, you become very, very girly. Right? So this testosterone makes you manly. Very important if you're a guy. Right? So next, number 2. So this is your female system. So let's label everything. So your B is your ovary. And then they come out here through the fallopian tube. You can say oviduct, but fallopian tube sounds nicer. And then D, this is your uterus. This is where your baby grows. C, this is what you call cervix. So girls will get cancer here. When they say cervical cancer, this is the cancer here. Okay, so you will get cancer here. So the way to stop this is to get vaccinated. Okay, we call it the HPV vaccine. This is to stop girls from getting cervical cancer. And then E, this is your vagina. Right, so next D, state the function of ABD. Now, what's the function of fallopian tube? This fallopian tube is just like our sperm duct. Our sperm duct is to bring sperm out. This is to bring ovum out. Okay, this is to channel ovum out from ovary. Okay, to bring ovum out. And then B, our ovary, this is to produce ovum. Right, I realize some of your teachers, they don't say ovum, they say egg, as in EGG, egg. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but it's not a very nice word to use that. Not a very scientific word. So I suggest you stick to ovum, because ovum sounds more proper, because the proper word you should use is ovum. Why is it not oviduct and fallopian tube? I don't know. Felice, that's a good question. Okay, you see, fallopian is a very special name. Okay, they have to put capital letter. Why is there no special name for our sperm duct? I don't know. You see, sometimes all this anatomy, they make no sense. Okay, I don't name them, so I also don't know. I mean, you can say oviduct lah. You can say oviduct lah. But if you go to doctors, they will say fallopian tube. You go to gynecologists, you go to those doctors, they will always say fallopian tube. Beats me. Okay. Anyway, so D, your uterus, this is where your fetus develops. Okay, fetus develops. Okay, no problem. Right, so it develops inside here. Hey, imagine, guys, do you know how big your this uterus is? Your uterus is around 10 cm big. Okay, around 10 cm tall and 10 cm wide, which is like this. Okay, 10 cm is like this, right? So imagine if you get pregnant, right? If a girl gets pregnant, a baby is 30 cm. So this thing swells like a bubble gum. Crazy, isn't it? This uterus is freaking crazy. They are so muscular. Okay, you can get pregnant for more than 10 times. Okay, after you give birth, this thing will snap back to its origin, just like a rubber band. It will snap back, and the next time you get pregnant again, there it goes again, and then snap back again. So this is freaking amazing. Okay, our uterus is freaking amazing. It's a very powerful muscle. Right, so C, name the part in which implantation of the embryo takes place. Okay, so where does it take place? It takes place in your uterus. All right, you will start having these blood here. This blood are like your soil. So you plant your seed inside. You plant your embryo inside. So they will start growing. Right, so D, state 2 physical changes experienced by teenage girls. Okay, so many. You have breast develops. Okay, breast develops, and then you have hip widens. Okay, your butt becomes bigger. Right, so girls, they have breasts because of estrogen. Okay, you see, here's the thing. Girls, they have estrogen and progesterone. Okay, progesterone. Oh, wait, what am I writing? Okay, progesterone. Okay, girls have 2 female hormones. Here's the thing. As us guys, as us boys, we still produce these two. Okay, you see, it's about balance. Girls, they have a lot of estrogen and progesterone, but they have very little testosterone. They still have testosterone. Girls, they still have male hormone. This is very little. Guys, we are reversed. We have a lot of testosterone, but we have very little estrogen and progesterone. Okay, but some people, some boys, some guys, they are born with slightly higher estrogen and progesterone. This is why some guys, they will grow breasts. Okay, this is why you see some boys okay, some a bit more, a bit more obese boys, they will start growing breasts, because that's what happens, right? So if you were to go for sex change surgery next time, if you want to change your sex, let's say you're a boy, you want to become a girl next time, you can go for surgery. They will cut your penis and testes away, and then they will give you these pills. Okay, you have estrogen pills and you have progesterone pills to turn you into a girl. All right, so if you go for a sex change as a girl, you want to become a boy, same thing. They will give you testosterone. Okay, they will chop away your breast. Okay, they will. I'm not sure what happens down there, lah. Okay, but they will give you testosterone and turn you into a male. Okay, so you see, guys, hormones, they are crazy. Hormones, they are very crazy. Okay, they make you who you are. All right. Anyway, so number 3, you know what? Shall we skip? Shall we skip this menstrual question, because it's not coming out. Right. So number 4, this is your ovum and this is your sperm. Okay, so when they combine, what is process W? This is called fertilization. Okay, guys, take note, it's S. Okay, fertilization, not fertilization. Zation, Z belongs to American spelling. Okay, I don't know about you guys. I just think American spellings, they are dumb. Okay, makes no sense. Why is color COLOR? I don't know. Okay, stick to English, stick to real proper English, please, which is British spelling. Right, so number 2, what is meant by the process described in A1? What is this? What is fertilization? It's the fusion, okay, when they fuse together, fusion of sperm and ovum. Right? Only one sperm will be chosen. You see, guys, when we ejaculate, we produce 10 million sperms, but only one will go inside. Okay, because there's only one ovum. All right. So guys, you were the winner. Okay, you were the sperm that won. Okay, because you got into the ovum first. That's why you are here today. Right, the more you know. Okay, so number 3, where does this take place? Okay, so your fertilization will take place in the fallopian tube. Okay, I know it sounds crazy. You must say, sir, I thought they combine here and then only they implant. No, the sperm will swim inside and find your ovum. So they actually happen inside here. And then when they come out, they will become embryo, then they will stick to your wall and you get pregnant. Okay, so that's what happens. So complete the flow chart. Okay, I just drew this just now. So zygote, they turn into an embryo. And embryo will turn into a fetus. And they turn into an, sorry, infant, not baby. I cringe whenever people say baby. Right? It's just like just now, windpipe. I mean, I refer it to it as trachea for the longest time. When they start saying windpipe, I'm like, that's a very cringy name. Right? So it's infant. All right, so next, this is your fetus growing inside your mother's uterus. So label A, B, C, D. Okay, let's zoom in. So your D, this part here, this is your placenta. Okay, and then C is the umbilical cord. Okay, which is the cable here. Very easy to understand this, guys. Placenta is the charger. Umbilical cord is the USB cable. Okay, so they're charging you. Right, so A is what we call your amniotic fluid. Okay, you are bathed in this thing. Hey guys, this fluid is to absorb any shock so that you don't get shocked. Okay, so that any vibration will be absorbed by this fluid so that you remain safe. Okay, so this thing is very, very smart design. So B is your amnion. Okay, amnion. Amnion is the bag. The fluid is called amniotic fluid. You see, amniotic. So you know what I mean, So these 4 things, right? So 2 substances that flows through D from fetus to uterus. That means from you back to your mom. What do you give it to your mom? Things you don't want, which is carbon dioxide and waste product. Right? You don't want carbon dioxide, you don't want waste product, so you give it to your mom. So it goes from you're the fetus, to your uterus, so you throw it to your mom. And then from uterus to fetus, what does your mom give you? Things you want. So that would be the opposite. That's your nutrient and oxygen. All right. So when you were in this state, your lungs, they don't work. You get all your nutrients from your mom, right? So if your mom smokes, okay, here's the thing about cigarette, guys. When your mom smokes, cigarette can actually enter the placenta. Okay, chemicals in cigarette can actually enter your placenta and they can go to the baby. So you are making your baby less healthy. You might make them stupid too. So guys, please don't. I don't understand why people would smoke during pregnancy. This is beyond me. Are you like stupid or what? Okay. I mean, if you are stupid, stop making your baby stupid because it will happen. Right. So explain why blood from the fetus cannot mix with the mother's blood because number one, mother's blood vessels have higher pressure. Okay, so higher pressure might injure the fetus vessel. You might say incompatible blood type. If the fetus is AB and the mom is O, then that's a very serious problem. Okay, if there's mixing, then the mom could die. Right. So anyway, that's it for my fertilization. Sorry, my what's this chapter called again? Reproduction. Sorry. Okay, so that's it for today. Next week we shall continue with our chapter 6. So we have still some way to go because we still have chemistry to do. Right, so I hope I can help this. Give you some help before your final exam. I hope. Okay, so guys, thanks for coming. Have a happy Friday and weekend. I will see you again next week. All right, so take care, guys. Happy Friday. Good night. See you and bye-bye.